I'm making a call. I think today is not a good day to do these things. Okay, so it is the next day and it is extremely windy, so I'm not sure how much we're gonna get done. So I was thinking about it last night when we went home. As you know, I cut off early and had a bunch of stuff to do yesterday. Just wanted to relax a bit. It was Friday. We are supposed to get a storm today. I was hoping that it would hold off a little bit, but we have to deal with the cars that we got. So take a look at this tree here. I got some drone footage of it. This is one of the tallest ones here. This guy right here. So, as you know, I've been talking about the spruce being so brittle right now, and it is really windy. This guy here, if you can see, he starts out and it goes up all the way up to here, and that top is really skinny. So take a look. I guess as I'm talking, I'll add in the drone footage. I went up just to see how tall it was, and then we got another one right there, and both of those look like the tops could be pretty brittle. So I have a plan now. What I want to do is this guy right here, just as tall, as well as this guy right here, are just as tall. So I'm thinking that we knock them in this way right into the tree itself. Now I'm starting to think that today may not be a good idea, just because the wind is cracking. You can hear the trees cracking in the background, but I think we should give it a try with a couple. If we can open up look at Michaela's face. We can open up some area here, then it'll be safer. But the good thing is that as it's knocking some of these trees around, it is showing me that the tops are pretty good, because now they're open. They were never open before, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they're moving pretty hard. All right, I'm making a call. I think today is not a good day to do these things. So unless it calms down a little bit later, it dies down, I think we're done for today. All right, so the reason why I want to call it and don't want to take a chance is not really because of the wind. I'm not worried about the wind, but we are in a section that has already been hit by one of our what do they call it? Downdraft or downburst. That's what it is. And all these trees here, you can see, even this big poplar here. You see a bunch of stuff. Oh, that's from us. The stuff going in that way, over there too. This whole section was hit by a previous storm, and there is a lot of trees that are broken on top already, hanging over. You can see one over there that's hanging over, and I hope you guys can see where I'm pointing. But there is a lot of stuff. Like, look at the top of this guy is gone here. There's a lot of stuff that
still hanging over.
Where?
Like it's literally folded in half.
Oh yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of trees. Yeah, see? You can see that tree right here. We can walk up right to it.
I saw when I was putting the camera in. It's very nice.
Yeah. No, you can see it. So you can see, like, this one's twisted right over. They're calling it a downburst. Technically, I'd say it was a tornado because they were everywhere. And it went quite a ways. It had a whole path. But you can see even in the distance, there are trees that are hanging over everywhere. So with saying that, and the wind the way it is right now, it's not worth, I don't know if any of these trees have actually been weakened at all. So it's not worth taking a chance because I could be under it and suddenly one of them finish snapping, because we're hearing them snap right now. They're cracking and creaking, and it's normal with some trees, but not like these. So I moved the excavator because it was actually right under this guy, and because we've cleaned all this out now, there's there's nothing holding these guys now. So we're gonna call it a day, and we'll see you guys either later on if the wind dies down, or tomorrow. Okay, so it is actually the next day, and we had some crazy wind yesterday, so I'm happy that we decided not to. We actually went and took a look at some of the jobs that are out there that we had to go quote on, and actually gave me some time to relax. I was actually pretty burnt out, and so it gave me some time to rest up a little bit. So we gotta tackle these guys today. What do you think?
They'll be fun.
Uh-huh.
They'll be fun.
They'll be fun?
Yeah.
I think they'll be fun.
I'm joking.
I think they'll be okay. So I'm thinking that we'll tackle that spruce tree first. Yeah, I'm thinking that we'll hit that one first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock out those two poplar there into it and see if it breaks the top off. If it breaks the top off, I'm far enough away. So basically my plan is to actually use the trees as the extension, so that way I'm far enough away. If the top does break, it won't hit the excavator, and kind of keep things a little... You got something in your eye?
No, it danced on my eyelid.
Oh. Then we got this big guy here all the way up there, and it's so thin up there, and that's my concern, is that even if it's in good shape, which it is not, it is dead, but if it wasn't dead, that would still be brittle. So this poplar here, believe it or not, is actually taller than that. So if I can push it, it's leaning this way, so if I can push it a little bit that way into it, it should mess around with the top enough to break it if it needs to be broken. And if not, then we got... Talking to you.
It says, I was gonna say it sounds like a monkey.
Then we got this
Doesn't
one
it?
here. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the blackbird laughing at us. See? Told you. Oh boy. So we have that. That is truly the biggest concern, is these two here. Once we do that, it actually opens up all this area here. So that
Massive.
we're able... I know, it's huge.
Oh, goddamn.
Go stand beside it. Just to give like perception.
Well,
Like look, like stand up against it. This way, right here. So that way we can see.
Right here?
Yeah, look at that. It's all the way. Those crows are laughing like crazy. Well, that they're talking with each other, saying, "Look at those two fools." Yeah. So once we knock this area out here, this actually gives us a lot of room to do some processing. There is a bunch of trees that I got to take out right here too, because I have to widen that turn to come in. They're coming in with a 26-foot trailer, and so they need to be able to get in. And of course there is some exposed bedrock, so we're going to have to try and figure out a solution for them too. This area here we're going to use to stack 10-foot pieces. And are you laughing at them?
Yeah.
So there is a beautiful pine there we're going to leave. I don't know if you guys can see it from here. Let's see here, check it out, check. Right about there. We're going to leave that guy. There's another one over here too. Right there, right behind that birch. There's a big, beautiful white pine that we're going to leave. We got a little bit of scrub that has to come out from there. We got another big one there that needs to be hit as well with some trees to try and knock it down. That one doesn't look so bad. I might be able to just knock that one down. So yeah, this is just mental planning, but it's gonna be fun, and you guys are gonna see it all. So
let's get started. Okay, so that was tree 1. So poplars, they're just as brittle on top, but they're more manageable, and I wasn't too worried about the poplar itself, but I smacked that as many times as I could try and get it in there. That's why it took so long to try and push it down. I was more trying to hit the tree than try and get it down. So I hit that top over and over and over, and nothing seemed to break free. So I'm going to go to this side here and see if I can push this guy this way and hit it again and see. And if it doesn't knock anything off, then I would say the best thing to do is we'll dig around the root and slowly try and push it this way, I think, into the forest. That way, if anything breaks off, I can try and back in as much as I can into the forest here, and hopefully the trees will break anything that's coming down. That's the only solution. I mean, look how tall that thing is. That thing is massive. And this tree here was actually taller than that one, and I pushed that, like I said, as many times as I could into the top, trying to get it to go and smack it, and it was pushing it. You saw that, right? You saw this tree moving like this too?
Yeah, give me a couple grays.
Oh boy. Yeah, so, and we don't want to cut the trees because the weight of the tree itself helps pull the roots out, and then we'll process them, get rid of the roots, and pretty much everything is done then, right? Whereas a lot of people like to cut the tree, clear cut everything, and then go around and try and dig out the roots, and you spend hours trying to dig these roots out. Some are easy and some aren't, so it's better just to do it that way. We push them down, we get them out of the way, and then we'll process them and get rid of the roots in general. So, ready for tree number 2?
Okay, so it is currently the next day. We just finished knocking down the really big tree. It was huge. It was a 90-foot hemlock, and it was rotten inside. But we knocked it down by kind of doing it like dominoes in a sense, where we cut a we cut a poplar and we cut it into it, so it knocked it down and pulled it down with it. It made a huge crash, man. But yeah, it was awesome. It's definitely a little bit scary, but it was really cool hearing the crack and seeing it come down, especially with such a big tree, right? But now he's just working on cleaning it up a bit. We bucked up the poplar already, but we just have to clean this up. And then he's got a few trees to knock down in here, and then he wants to clean up like the side of the driveway a little bit.
All right, good morning. It is the next day. It's a beautiful day. Got some winds, and we're supposed to get a storm later on today. So, supposedly, hopefully it holds off. Anyways, so we, as you saw, we got that big hemlock down, and that was interesting. That was a pretty interesting fight. Basically what happened, I'll take you guys over. We took out the stump, but I'll show you. This tree was over 90 feet tall, and it was dead. As you can see, I'll have to show you the other side, but that's a portion of it, that's a portion of it, and up there there's actually about 15-20 feet stuck in there that we have to get down immediately before we do any other work, because we're going to be working in that area today. So the stump itself, everything was cut right. We had a small hinge. There was a little bit left on the side to try and direct it, because I wanted it to go in that direction. The problem is they call it, if I remember right, I just want to make sure that they call it dead set. And what that means is, if you've never heard that term before, is because it was dead, there was no weight on it. There's weight, but there's no weight pushing it. So it was perfectly balanced. Like, I put wedges in it and everything, and it just sat there. So what we had to do was we cut a poplar right here that swung around and hit it. I wish I had got it on camera, but we had tried a few things. We even tried putting a rope on it, bringing the excavator over there, and just trying to give it a pull, but we couldn't get the rope obviously high enough. I'm not a tree climber, so, and I'm sure as hell not going to climb a tree that's already cut. So anyways, this thing, it didn't matter. There was breeze, there was everything, and the thing just sat straight. It was perfect, like it just would not move. So we cut the poplar, it swung around, and the moment it hit it, all you heard was a crack, and the thing went down, and the top hit the poplar over there, and it broke in 3 pieces. So you have that one there is probably a good 40 feet. This one here is probably 30, and then you got about 15 to 20 up there. And so what are we at there? So we got 40, 30, 70. We'll call it 90 feet, because it was tall. It was the tallest one in this section here. Not to mention, we're down lower than that one. So it was right here, right where that boulder is, where the excavator is. So anyways, that was interesting, because we had to be careful. We actually have another guy right here. Not as bad, but not something I want to touch today. And the reason why we had to cut it was exactly that. It was old and it was brittle. You can take a look at the, making sure here, yeah. Take a look at the top here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This thing, I mean, it was just dry and brittle. And because it was so tall, I took the excavator once to it and pushed it. And even though I was pushing this way, the automatic reaction for the top is to go the complete opposite way. And I didn't want to risk exactly what happened. I mean, could you imagine if it snapped and that 30-foot section there came down on top of the excavator? I mean, it's still pretty heavy. It's not that it's light. It's got a lot of weight to it, and that would have caused some severe damage. So anyways, plan today is this. We are going to, first off, get that down, the one beside it, make sure we're safe in the working zone here. My focus today is to get all, we got the chipper back, it's on the back of the truck. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. We're going to chip all this stuff up, all the stuff that's down, start chipping it today, working on it and cleaning up. And then going forward tomorrow, then we start knocking down the rest of these guys, because all these guys here, they're all getting bucked up. 10-foot sections, we're actually sticking them over there, and tops we are obviously going to chip. Now we got some pretty good winds. You can see them moving pretty good.
So we're gonna have to be a little bit cautious because this is opened up area now, so you never know what happens with these guys that are suddenly freed up. So anyways, so we're gonna focus on trying to clean this stuff out, which serves two purposes. Number one, cleans it up for us. We're one step closer to finishing. And number two, creates a safe environment so we're able to work and stuff and what needs to be done. Now, I am also looking at the shape of the property and what we have left to clear. So initially we put the mark over here for 208 feet. Now this was just a guideline so we can kind of figure out exactly a perimeter. I don't know if you guys can see it down there, but the thing is that I want to make sure they have usable space, not just space. You got to be able to use it. So it actually drops down here. So this section right here we're going to use to throw roots in. We're going to throw all the root balls in here and then eventually maybe cover it over. So I would say that we'll probably end up clearing some of this to kind of square it off a little bit. Come down. As you can see, we went down pretty far here. These pines I want to keep for them. They're really no threat unless you get high winds like a downburst or a tornado. Then it doesn't matter what tree you have. So we're going to leave these standing. This is pretty much done. That was already cleared anyways, so that's why I kind of divots in, and the same with down there too. And but if you look at the clearing and how we got it right now, going along with the mountain, we're kind of following the base of it coming down this way. So this kind of makes sense. So I don't think we have too much more to clear out of there. Well, you saw that, I think it's on there. The wind kicked up and we just happened to stop because I pinched the saw, and just as I stopped, wouldn't you know it, some of the branches let loose. This is what I was saying, where you open things up and all of a sudden everything's free to move around, and it just missed us. Like, you can see where my chainsaw is and where it fell, it just missed us. So we're gonna have to keep our head on a swivel. I don't plan on working there much after we get this cut up, because we're going to be cleaning up all this side here and chipping it. So we should be okay going forward. Alright, so it's the next day. I don't know where we left off. Did we even do a closeout video yesterday? So sometimes you get these jobs where it just seems like everything's against you, and this seems to be one of those jobs. So we started working yesterday. I ended up hiring a friend to come in and give Michaela a hand for a couple hours, and I think we ended up working maybe
I don't know, maybe half hour, and everything was flowing nicely, and
I turned around and it wasn't shooting out the chute anymore, and as you can see, we basically had like sawdust.
So sorry guys, I'm not actually using any type of gimbal or anything. Anyways, we ended up calling United. They sent a mechanic over and they changed the blades on it and everything, so we should be fine now. Should be no issues, knock on wood. Figure it out as we go.
And as I had mentioned before, all 90% of this is actually coming out now, all the tall standing trees. So today Michaela is working on her own, and she's going to work on the brush. I'm going to bring her some of the brush. She's going to chip it. In the meantime, I'm going to start knocking down these big guys, and we're going to start, because we have to clear cut, we're going to clear cut and clean at the same time. So we're going to go across, and as I knock, I'm going to knock these into 10-foot sections, get them stacked. You can see we got quite the stack going already over there. And yeah, we're just going to keep going, keep trucking away, and hopefully today is a good day. So we'll see what happens. Michaela's just getting everything fueled up, ready to go with her baby.
It's a baby!
Anyways, we're gonna get set up, get you guys on a tripod somewhere, and get the day started.
Okay, so it is nearing the end of the day. We've been working all day, and we just haven't touched the camera, honestly. We've gotten a lot done. And we're just kind of finishing up now. So right now he's taking out the hemlock in the back with that tree. Oh, that tree. Pushing it. I think that's the hemlock I'm looking at. Yeah. He's pushing it into the hemlock, and basically he's taking it down this way because the hemlocks are really, really brittle, because a lot of them are rotten here. So if he's like right underneath it, what happens was, like, a lot of the ones that we've taken down so far, whenever they've been like knocked down or something hits them, they'll snap in half, and the top section will break and come directly down straight. So if he's right under the the tree with the excavator pushing it, he could get completely skewered, because the the excavator doesn't move fast enough for him to be able to get out of the way if it does snap like that, right? So yeah, we're just finishing off the day by taking out these two trees and then kind of just cleaning up everything.
Okay, it's the next morning and we are here, and we left off last night. We did a closeout video on that, so I've already started bucking up some of these into 10-foot sections. The goal immediately... What?
Nothing?
The goal immediately is to clean up these trees that are here right now, so that way I can get into the backside and start bringing Michaela some more of the spruce that has to come. We have a few trees left here that need to be knocked down, and then we got some over here. There's a big hemlock that's dead that we were trying to knock out yesterday. I think I'm going to end up cutting it and just knock it down, and we'll just worry about taking out the root for it. Probably be the safest bet. We'll just put the excavator behind it this time with the bucket up, and just to maybe guide it down. And yeah, so this property is slowly taking shape and almost coming to a finish. So once we get these big ones out of the way, then it's a matter of shaping and figuring out what else has to come out to kind of give it a little bit more of a line. Because this property is so unique with the fact that you got the hill here, mountain, whatever you want to call it, and it goes down, I'm trying to give them as much usable space as possible. Okay. She's mimicking me behind the camera.
Alright, so I can't do an exact, I was talking to them yesterday, and I can't do an exact square like they want. It's not going to be perfect. We're going to kind of go in and come out, go in, come out, because there are huge voids that are there. They have no material to fill anyways. So we're just going to kind of go in and then go in.
So we're going to go past our guidelines in some areas, and just to try and give them the property space they need and have usable space as well. So Michaela is going to put you guys on the tripod for now. It says here that...
Let me spin you around.
We got 53 minutes and counting left on this card, and we have a spare card in there as well. And I don't know, over the winter my computer crashed and I had to buy a new computer, and I use Apple computers, Mac computers, and for some reason I used to have like a software that would actually read my hard drives, and now it's not reading them, and it's wanting me to pay for the software. So I thought I paid for it. Doesn't seem to be working. So I got to figure out tonight, so that way we can get all this content transferred onto my computer and have more spare room. So Michaela will put you on the tripod for now. See how much we get. Basic, straightforward stuff. Still, we're still doing the same thing as cleaning up and knocking a few trees down. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Well, we have some crazy winds, and of course there's repercussions from the previous storm, and well, we were working, I smelled smoke, couldn't figure out what was going on, and we got a forest fire happening right beside us.
Well, what? Oh, wow. We have to pause work again today. Trees are actually falling down around us. I'm gonna have to somehow get in there and get the keys for all the equipment, and everything just has to stay where it is. Fire is getting worse. They are trying to put it out, but it's happening in multiple sections because the line is actually down and it is on top of a good 24 trees and shrub and everything, and it's just arcing out like crazy. So we're gonna see what happens.